actually not planned on filming today, but since we're doing so much more with the house, I thought we'd do another Home Sweet Hale video. So right now Kyle's on the phone with storage kind of solutions, bright and early. We need a small for a longer and a large for shorter. We're talking to like one of those places where they bring you a unit and you fill it up and they store it for you, since we're gonna have delays. So if we're able to move forward with this house, we've got to get our house on the market immediately, like within the next few weeks. And we're hoping that we could sell it, I mean, just quickly. And if that happens, then we'll have to move, but our other house won't be ready yet. So we'll have to store our stuff. But then we need a little storage thing right immediately so that for decluttering purposes, for showing the house, you know, to get the house show ready, so. All right guys, we have crunched the new numbers. We called them and got some more like estimates on. This is all for changes, right? Like design choices, structural changes, like you have to add into that before you make your offer. So we called and got some questions answered, and now we're heading out. I think we're gonna make an offer. Yep. Yep.
So an offer means what exactly?
Well, it means, you know, you make an offer and if they accept it, we can get our financials in order, then we're committed. So the financials are hard there just because of the amount of money we have to give them in like a week. If we even had a month, geez.
Yeah.
We
2
don't.
months, we'd be fine.
That's a lot of money that we don't want to have to pull out of places like the house and stuff. It's just, it's not about having the money, it's about having it that quickly. But that's okay because it does go towards our down payment and everything. It's just that a lot of our down payment was coming from when we sell our house. We have a lot of equity built into our house. So we're just like, it's okay, it's all right, yeah. It's just the timing is what's rough right now. If it wasn't the timing, this would be like, cool, great. Give us 2 months, we'll get your money. It's like the mob right now. Mafia's involved. But yeah, it's just the timeline. The reason they need the money so quickly is because they've already started drawing permits to build this house that we want. It's the only one left. And I don't know, I'm confused.
That was a resident, so we should turn there. Just because I know how to get there.
We can get to it this way.
Yeah,
because that neighborhood, this area, it's funny, we live here, but we don't come to this area. It's all new. We don't know what's happening. Anyway, oh, the reason why is because they have to have some of these down payments up front. Basically, when you're doing structural changes to a house, those are like, you don't get all that down payment back because that might make it harder for them to resell if we pulled out, and they are already ready to cut ground and to start doing it, and so there's no time. They need, if we want those changes, we have to do it now, right? Am I explaining this correctly?
Yes.
Like that is what's going on.
They're gonna lock in the build.
Yeah, they're gonna lock in the build for permit purposes. So the good news is like, cause we're adding a whole extra room and it cost like half of what we thought it was gonna cost. Like Kyle was so excited, he like gave me a high five. He was like, yeah! Okay, our meeting went really well, like really well. So we still have to come up with this a lot of money. So that's not great. We found out we have to have it by like Wednesday. We have like 2-3 days. Oh, is that it, right? Perfect. Oh, there's the brushed nickel in the back. But we want this one for the pantry, right? Because it matches the dining room light fixtures. And you already have one, right? You said?
Yeah, we got the one for upstairs.
All right, you're sure? Okay, so that still exists, but we did have some good news, which is a lot of the stuff that we thought to upgrade would cost more.
It don't. It costs less.
It doesn't. We way overestimated, which is good because then we were happily surprised.
Yeah.
So
we're only going to be spending millions of dollars instead of billions.
We're not spending millions of dollars. So anyway, now we're at Home Depot. We're waiting on paint. We're getting paint. We have a list, a long list. So that's what we're doing now. Good morning, guys. I'm gonna continue the home sweet home vlog from yesterday today. So today that we hear back just one day later if they accepted our offer. They're not gonna accept our offer because we put in a really low offer, which is normal, but their counter will be the final. It's not like when you're buying an existing home, an older home or whatever, where you might go back and forth several times. With this, you don't. You just work with the agent at the office, you put together your request, they come back with like, okay, we'll either yes to that or we could do it for this, and they give you like the alternative, which is a little bit more. That's what they're gonna do, definitely, because we ask for, we're upgrading that house and making a lot of changes, and the floors alone are really expensive. It might be cheaper for us to just actually do the floors with an outside contractor right when the house is done and just put in like a cheap carpet. But with the timeline, I don't know, part of us, Kyle and I, if they'll accept, if their counter is the number that we're happy with, we're just like, we'd almost rather just pay the premium, and because it's not a big premium. We did the math compared to like what our floors cost in our own home, and it was not, I mean, it was very close to the same. So there was not that much difference. If it was a big difference, we would definitely just have someone else do the floors. But anyway, it would just be nice if they did it so that it's done, especially because we'll be closing on the house when I am 9 months pregnant, in theory. And that's if the house is finished on time, which I'm not sure that'll happen. Oh my gosh, so I just wanted to hop on here and let you guys know that today we're gonna find out if their counter is what we want. After working all weekend, we found a way to come up with the money by Wednesday. Thankfully, it's like a blessing that could work out. So anyway, as soon as we sell the house, which there's so much. I'm just gonna stop. There's just too much. It's too much for one vlog. Oh my gosh, we'll just wait. We're just gonna wait to see what their counter is. And if their counter is a little high, we might cut something off like the floors. Like maybe we'll switch to a lower grade floor or something, because we did ask for like a higher level just to give us a cushion. And honestly, like we're okay putting that number down, but we just figured it didn't hurt to shoot for the stars basically and then cut back. So I'll get into some of the details of all the fun stuff we picked once we know if it's actually gonna happen. You didn't get my text?
What?
I sent him a pregnant lady text
No.
that he didn't get.
I'm sure I got it.
He just dropped the kids off. He came back. He's gonna help for 15 minutes to tidy up a little bit. Our house went from being super clean to super messy. You see that I sent you?
Yeah.
I asked him for a croissant and donuts. There's a pregnant lady request. All right, so I'll come back on here later when we find out more.
Yeah,
this thing with the edges and everything. Yeah, this was great. I mean, on the same thing local, I'd rather have
that's
it.
what you buy, yeah.
Because then I can go talk to him about.
And then you just cut it to size, and then you know.
We have a contractor here right now. So after he leaves, he's the honey-do list guy, I will fill you guys in about the house situation. Hey guys, okay, it's the end of the day. I know I look tired. I've been working all day, but I had to jump back on here. So here's the news. They called us and they actually accepted our offer. They didn't even counter. I told my parents when I was talking to them, Kyle called me because they had called him, and I don't think I've heard him sound that giddy in a long time. Like he was giddy, like he was so happy. I think that we're both just in shock that, like, one, that this is all happening so fast, two, that we're able to make this happen, and three, that we're getting the house and the quality and like the house of our, so close to the house of our dreams, like just so many things, and we're getting it so much under budget. It is just, it's a lot to process. Like it's good, it's all good, you know. And even the stuff that's going to be difficult, like, which again I'll just get into what's next later but it is going to be crazy. It is going to be crazy, but it's just I think it's all like happening the way it's supposed to happen. It all happens for a reason. The reason we're getting such a good deal is because it's a closeout. Like they're trying to close out the neighborhood. We're getting one of the last lots we were getting the last home of our plan. And so they were just in a mood to deal, you know? And so the thing is like, if we had had a longer timeline, we wouldn't be getting as good of a deal. We wouldn't be able to do all the upgrades and all these things, or we could, but it would just cost us a lot more, which we were ready to spend. But oh my gosh, especially with 4 little children, like, not like having this be below budget is just, it's just really nice, you know what I mean? And so I feel like it is so worth everything else that now we will, I guess all the pressure and everything else that we have to do, it's totally okay. I've said this in other vlogs, but I feel like we're actually sometimes at our best when we're really stressed. Like we just like we really shine. You know, obviously there's some kinds of stress in life where you're just stressed, right? But for stuff like this, I just feel like we kind of like, it brings like our good side comes out, and we just like work together and we work hard, and the whole family pulls together. And I mean extended family too. I mean like grandma and grandpa, because everyone's gonna have to chip in, especially with me being pregnant. Like everyone's just so excited for us, and just like, what do you need? Let us help. And that's just really kind. And so I know I'll have lots of help, you know, to pack and things like that. And okay, so there's so much more, but I'm not gonna get into everything else until we've actually signed the paperwork, which is tomorrow. So I will film tomorrow. Tomorrow we have to hand them a big fat check, and we have to sign the paperwork, and then it'll be more official. And then we've got to get this house sold ASAP. Whew. All right guys, so we will film again tomorrow, and obviously like we'll share the journey. So okay, let's do it.